right in. So we are into picks and bans. Ladies and gentlemen, week 9 of the UVA LCS with the second game of the day. It's Bare Naked Laners taking on Dictator Sue's Winions.
Let's do this. And Dictator Sue's Winions did just come out of a victory, so they're definitely going to be wanting to continue this momentum up, and they're going to be coming out with the Leona, Wukong, and what are we going to be seeing as the last ones? Morgana and Katarina.
Yeah, so the picks
do you
and
think
bans...
do you think that Morgana's a targeted ban, or they just wanted to ban that out?
That's a great question, actually. Well, Babbitt played Morgana the last game. Again, he's a support. He's not their normal support. These picks and bans are really fast, by the way, because they already know what the picks and bans are.
Yeah.
But we'll see Babbitt pick up that Annie instead. Sivir into Annie Caitlyn might be rough. Sivir Nautilus, those are both very short-range champions, so interesting to see how that bot lane goes.
I really do like the Nautilus support. It's getting a lot of traction. Thank you, Lemonade. Thank you, Base God Lemonation. Really, the damage that Nautilus can actually put out in the bottom lane is deceptively large. You don't expect the Nautilus to be able to do any damage in that lane, but when you have the shield active, the damage over time does start adding up.
Yeah, it's... Nautilus support is something I know also that Scarbaduck has played quite a bit, actually. I've seen him play it, not always successfully, but I know he loves the champion, so... Also, interestingly enough, Infamous B is rocking Gragas support, and there's also a Vladimir in the mid lane. This will be a super, super tanky team. Holy moly.
Yeah, I think this kind of composition is gonna just revolve around keeping that Sivir alive.
Yeah.
One of the main things with Sivir is the fact that she doesn't really have too much range. And if you actually look on the side of Dictator Sue's Winions, there's so much actual dive on that team. Elise, Hecarim, to an extent the Kennen with the lightning charge.
And guess who's back, ladies and gentlemen, by popular demand. It's the solo lane Elise.
Oh, Kurt's voice started lagging right there. I was like, wait, who's back?
The one and only, and we just saw Juan Deeg. He took advantage of the Scion. He got ganked a ton early, and he came back. So, Bare Naked Laners might want to fear this pick.
Yeah, and even last game, the Scion was able to kind of poke out the Elise in the early game. Not really the best of times for Juan Deeg, but this is going to be a brand new Scion. Can he turn it around? Are we going to be is Scion going to be the counter pick to Elise? Find out now on UVA League of Legends.
Juan Deeg, the solo, the frozen mallet Elise god.
Oh.
But interestingly enough, Finite has Ghost Smite. And I think it's really interesting that we've seen so much solo lane Hecarim in competitive play, because I really feel like jungle Hecarim is disgustingly strong. Like, in Season 3, jungle Hecarim was really good. And ever since we've seen the resurgence of Hecarim, we've only seen him in the top lane. But I feel like he's a very strong jungle pick as well. And like you mentioned before, the chase and sort of hard CC coming out of Dictator Sue's Winions composition could be a problem for Sivir specifically, because she has that short range and she will just get hunted down.
Yeah, and that's like I said, that's kind of what their blue team looks to be basing their composition around, of just keeping that Leo alive.
Right. They have a lot of disengage, and they have the potential to sort of create their own fights. Gragas can use that ultimate for peel, and then Sivir can pop on the hunt and they pick off one target. They have Nautilus, depth charge. Find one target, pick one target.
I think a large part of the...
Yeah? Hello?
Okay. No, you just stopped talking for a while, and then you just started talking again, so...
Oh yeah, well basically, what are your thoughts on the fact that Bare Naked Laners composition, they can pick and choose their fights very well. So that might actually be a problem for DSW.
Yeah, definitely. But even then, what I was talking about before was in that late game, the damage output from the Scarlet Lettuce is just going to be so low. They really do need to avoid any of those unfavorable fights, because their mid lane is probably going to be their most vulnerable position. Because as it is, in terms of damage output, it's going to rely completely on is that Leo. The Vladimir is going to scale up into late game, so then later on, he's going to have more impact in those team fights. But this is a primarily late game team. I really do think that if it was any other AD carry that other than Sivir, even a Jinx, then the composition would be a little bit more solidified around the late game. But as it is, the spikes are kind of all over the place for the bare naked laners.
Yeah, this is the first time that I've really seen a sort of triple tank composition from a UVA LCS team, and we have loaded into Summoner's Rift, guys. Again, this is week 9 of the University League of Legends Championship Series. Bare naked laners taking on Dictator Sue's Winions, and with these 3 tanks, Dictator Sue's or bare naked laners, I don't really think they're gonna go for anything level 1, but Dictator Sue's Winions have Annie, Caitlyn, Elise, Kennen, and Hecarim. They might try something fancy.
So, coming in, we did see a level 1 come out from Dictator Sue's Winions. They did catch out the support.
Yes.
It does seem as though bare naked laners, they've learned from the past mistakes. Well, they learned from Illegal Legends mistakes, and they are putting out some early game vision.
Yep, Scrubber Duck will put the brush. Juan D's gonna see Austin. Oh, just goes for a little bit of a laugh, a little bit of BM.
Yep.
I like the fact that
I don't know.
Well, Scrubber Duck's gonna actually get hit by the trap. So how can Nautilus eat a muffin if he doesn't have a mouth?
Well, no, he has a mouth. He just opens his visor.
But then why didn't we see it? Rito. Riot, please. But one thing I want to note is
No, I was just, imagine all the cool, funny interactions that could end up.
Yeah, that'd be hilarious. What does Nautilus look like?
Things like that.
Under the suit. I want to point out the fact that we've
actually Fizz.
All along, it's been Fizz. I want to point out that bare naked laners and Dictator Sue's Winions, their mid laners have the exact same start. It is the age-old Season 2, Season 1 boots and 4 potions.
Oh yeah, well, it used to be boots and 3 potions.
Yeah, that's true. They changed.
Added a potion.
Yeah, but boots pot start definitely something not we're used to seeing in the current meta. But then again, with the 5.6 patch, there is no real meta.
So I'm actually pretty interested with that start by Pyrex Shadow, because usually when you see a Kennen in a lane, they will usually go for the Doran's Blade just to help with some CSing as well as auto attack harass. But had he gone the Doran's Blade instead of the boots, then he would have lost out on the sustain war. Vladimir does have the innate heal from his transfusion, and the extra pots could allow him to stay in that lane a lot longer than Kennen. Both of those champions don't rely on mana, so we could just be seeing a huge farm fest in that mid lane.
Right, the mid lane farm fest could be real, and right now, Coolpaint's doing a good job. Oh, Hi Buddy gets hit at level 2.
Yeah, that's a huge advantage for bare naked laners. They tried to back off, but the positioning from that Scrubber Duck was able to kind of catch out Hi Buddy.
Yeah, the fact that they have the lane pushing into Caitlyn is very good, because Annie Caitlyn could poke the crap out of them, but not if you continuously poke the turret in. One thing I want to point out.
Tried to. Oh, again, Hi Buddy caught out by the dredge line. No stun available.
Oh man.
There it is. Oh, Flash coming out. Does not want to get hit by the second part of the boomerang toss. Meanwhile, in the mid lane,
Here Shadow's getting ganked.
Cool Pants. Here comes the Gragas and Fimishi trying to get this kill onto that Kennen, but there's flashes coming out to block it out, and the ignite will be taken, given first blood.
I was just about to make a point of the fact that Mr. Coolpants doesn't have any ignite. Oh, Hi Buddy gets hit again. He might go down here.
Yeah, he's taken very low. Exhaust coming out from Is That Leo, and even though it was on him, it wasn't enough.
Yeah, but Pyrex Shadow, or Mr. Coolpants has Ghost and Flash. He does not have an ignite, and Pyrex Shadow managed to pick up the first blood in that mid lane. However, bare naked laners answer back with a kill onto Caitlyn. But we saw Pyrrhic Shadow get out of control in the last game as Talon. Let's see if he can do the same as Kennen.
Yeah, one of the huge things with that Nautilus is you only need to hit that one dredge line. It's kind of like Morgana. Once you catch down onto someone, it's going to be so difficult to force them off. And really, it just seems as though Hi Buddy's not really playing too well against this Nautilus. He's been able to harass them so much. And Babidi, being that Annie can't really put herself in front of that Caitlyn, otherwise she'd end up dying instead.
Right, Caitlyn or Annie is such a squishy support pick. Unlike to a certain extent Morgana, because she does have that black shield to prevent the magic damage and the CC, that if Annie got hit, then that'd be just as good for Bare Naked Laners. They would take that fight. Oh, Finite going for a gank at the top lane.
Immediate flash coming out from Austin Drag.
Not enough.
That seems as though that's like a deja vu from last time. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, Mr. Cool Pants forced to use Sanguine Pool. Austin Dragneel had his passive up, and he almost took down Juan D.
That Juan D flashed away.
That was a bit of a deja vu from last time. We did see the blue team's Zon end up dying the first time against the Elite.
Oh, hi, buddy.
In the bottom lane. Hi, buddy.
Goodbye, buddy.
He's just going to go, bye, buddy.
And Infamous B didn't get a part of that.
Leo.
But
Is that Leo does get that kill. Mystical Pants using Sanguine Pool again, but it's so scary to even use Sanguine Pool in lane because it costs so much of your health.
Right, it is very, very risky, especially because Pyrrhic Shadow does so much damage since he went and bought those Sork shoes. Gets the extra flat pen to negate the null magic mantle. Babidi's gonna get caught up and slowed here, but Leo just farming. This Coolpin's 1v1ing Pyrrhic Shadow and a gank coming in. But it's not gonna be enough. Pyrrhic Shadow playing very well.
Infamous B. He's providing so much pressure around this map. Not really in the top lane. Finite is taking care of that, but really the bottom lane is getting ahead. The mid lane, he's trying to keep that afloat.
Oh,
Pyrrhic Shadow has been so good this today, at least. I don't know about the other days.
yeah, Finite got spotted out, so we might actually see a 2v2 with the junglers in this mid lane. Oh. But like you said, Infamous B, he's been putting pressure around the map. However, he hasn't been able to be a part of any kills or assists so far. And as a result, he's going to be a little bit behind up against Finite. But right now, the gold's still in favor of Bare Naked Laners. 2 kills to 2, 7 minutes in. But man, Sivir has a 41-29 CS advantage over Caitlyn. That's going to be a huge problem.
That is not something you see. That is not something you see very often.
Right.
Caitlyn getting out-farmed is just an anomaly.
I mean, Leo is a fantastic AD carry, so we'll see if they're going to be able to take advantage of the mid-game weakness that Caitlyn has innately, and plus the fact that he's behind CS. That's going to be very, very bad for Dictator Sue's Winian's bot lane.
Yeah, we do see Infamous B looking around for something in that bottom lane. I don't believe they know he's there. I'm pretty sure that
they might simply because they're
a pink ward.
Since BNL is so passive, they might know. Potentially.
There it is.
Oh man, Babidi has flash.
Oh, has the flash getaway, but the dredge line is gonna be on point. Pop in the Timbers, and he's actually locked down underneath that tower. Babidi does end up falling, but they still give the kill. Actually, he did go over to Babidi. Hi, buddy, desperately needed that kill.
Oh, the engage.
In the mid lane, Mr. Coolbets does get stunned up by Pyrrhic Shadow. Ignite's gonna be ticking, but the Vladimir should be able to back away from this.
That was good of...
Actually, back away.
Babidi managed to pick up a kill in response. That's still good, although is that Leo now with 3 kills on that spree. But Mr. Coolpants forced a flash in the mid lane. Pyrrhic Shadow did, however, use his ultimate and his ignite. So we'll see how much more pressure he can provide. I mean, Pyrrhic Shadow, the poor guy, must be getting tired of seeing these great fed AD carries. Because,
there it is.
Oh, the gank.
Dragneel going in for that Ken. They weren't able to get it.
Pyrrhic Shadow just ran away.
Bottom lane. Yeah, hi, buddy, meanwhile.
Forced a flash.
Yeah, he did flash. You are correct. And actually, with that, the rest of Bare Naked Ladies, they could probably pressure this Baron. Dragon, I mean.
Yeah, they probably...
Caitlyn, they know he's not there.
It's probably going to be a dragon trade for top lane because there's a large wave coming. There's a cannon wave. I think, honestly, DSW are going to be fine trading that.
but they're actually backing away. They're not going to go for it. Wait, Gravity.
Interesting.
Yeah, he started the dragon.
Yeah, Babbitt.
Baiting them.
Yeah. Babbitt just like, hello, Mr. Dragon. Are you okay? All right, Dragon's still around, and it looks like Austin Dragneel will
fireball.
go back into the top lane. So
I thought dragons were supposed to be immune to fire.
apparently not immune, only a little less effective. So it does that half damage, you know, like Pokemon, but it not completely immune. Speaking of it not immune, we see the age-old Elise versus Scion battles that UVA LCS.
This is so similar to last game.
It is.
One D, he gets a bit of advantage early on, but then he end up losing out later as the lane progresses, and this is just mind-blowing. He's going for the Frozen Heart again, but are we gonna be seeing Randuin's and eventually the Phage come out from him?
Well, there are a couple of other similarities
That's the real question.
between this game and the last game, as well as the fact that Pyric Shadow managed to get a solo kill and is ahead in this mid lane, and there's a Fed AD carry on the enemy team. However, in this game so far, DSW don't have dragon control as much as they did before. Scrubberduck and Leo trying to peel High Buddy and Babby away so they can't get those minions, but Hecarim is nearby. Leo just used his spell shield.
They may try and go for this. Knowing that Dredgeline is down may be the kind of switch for DSW. They want to go in there.
Oh, the ult!
Is not Leo.
But
Gets
Hecarim...
stunned up by the Tibbers. Hecarim coming a little bit too late.
A little bit of a miscommunication there. Babity went in before Leo's spell shield was up, but Finite was not around. Now Saber popping ultimate. This could be a 3v5 or 3v2 fight. No, Sion is here as well.
Wait! He went the other way. What is happening? He ulted the other way. But meanwhile, Leo gets stolen on by the Hecarim. He's going to fall. Austin Dragneel trying to get this kill onto Babity. He's going. No, he doesn't. He doesn't get the kill in time. That's going to be a kill over on to High Buddy.
But here's Mr. Cool Pants.
Can he get away? High Buddy has the net. Going over the wall.
Mr. Cool Pants has no flash. Oh my goodness. And Dwandig, the split pushing Elise, manages to pick up a turret. The first turn of the game.
They can't even go for the dragon yet because it's only Sion and Vladimir. They have no kind of execute or whatever for this dragon. They can't secure it. Was
really, really good for Dictator Sue's Winions. That gank bot lane was a little bit botched. And yes, a couple of their members died, but that was a 2 for 2 and they picked up the first turret.
I really do think that Bare Naked Laners would have won that if Austin Dragneel didn't ultimate in the opposite direction.
Yeah, I didn't even notice that he ultimated in the wrong direction. Oh man, Babity not in the right neighborhood. He's gonna try and kite away, but he goes down to the fat man. But that dragon was temporarily stopped. And Mr. Coolpets is very low.
Yeah, they may just force them off of this. There's Austin Dragneel getting caught out. Hecarim leading the charge. He wants to go in for Narnia. Oh, no, not for Narnia.
Oh, Juan D goes down the top lane, but this means Dictator Sue's Winnie is now with the low members of BNL. They're going to be able to take up this dragon.
Yeah, they know they don't have their AD carry. They're not going to be able to go in. They have the time. So, maybe we'll find... Are we going to finally see a dragon fight in the early game? Or are we just going to be seeing... DSW just continues to take dragon after dragon after dragon and then eventually lose one dragon and then end up winning the game.
We'll see. So far this game has played out eerily similar to the past game, I have got to say. The question is now, can Pyric Shadow do the exact same thing he did last game and shut this super strong AD carry down? And will this AD carry build Randuin's Omen? Because, I mean, come on. You've got to. Oh, the ult!
That's right. Here it is. He's going in with the ultimate, but with no zombies, he's going to be taken down very quickly. Here is Finite, still alive after all this, but the rest of Bare Naked Lanterns are just going to be sweeping through it. There it is. Depth charge. Not actually going to get the kill. It's going to go over to Austin Dragneel.
Not
end up dying regardless. But here's Juan D.
Oh, he goes down!
But it's still on cooldown. Now Mr. Coolbats is trying to escape. Juan D does manage to get away
from High Buddy has healed.
Oh, he's still alive after this. This High Buddy taking this kill. Wandy still alive.
He heals him.
Uses that grapple. Going over to the Razor Beaks and Scrubberduck trying to escape. One last auto attack, and it's going to be a double kill for High Buddy. And it looks so bleak.
It looks so bleak indeed. Dictator Sue's Winnies fought a 3v4 fight. However, Juan Deeg and Hi Buddy managed to get there in time, and is that Leo was not there the entire time. So that was sort of like an extended 4v5, actually. And Dictator Sue's Winions will pick up the better trade in terms of kills. However, now is that Leo picks up more free farm and another turret. If there's anyone that's going to be carrying Bare Naked Laners, Leo wants it to be him.
Oh!
Wow.
I don't know if you spotted that out.
I did.
Is that Leo?
Oh, is it Leo?
On the hunt.
Gets slowed.
Killing Spice down onto him, so he will not be able to get away. Babidi not getting the stun off, but it's a little bit too late. Exhaust.
He's done.
Finally going down. Oh, I don't know. Would the Hecarim rather have had that kill?
I'm not sure. Babidi, look at what items he's building. This is not your typical support Annie with the Sidestone. This is Haunting Guys, Amp Tome, Damage Carry Annie. So maybe him having the kills, not the worst decision.
Yep. Pyric Shadow. It doesn't seem as though he's able to do too much damage to Mr. Cool Pants anymore. Especially with this Bear Visage, he's eventually going to be picking up.
Yeah.
Vladimir should finally be able to deal with Pyric Shadow, and there it is. 3 members of Bare Naked Laners, they're able to take down that mid lane tower.
Pyric
They
Shadow
are up in towers though.
Pyric Shadow doesn't have Zonia, so I'm not sure if he's going to want to fight.
Ooh,
He gets a stun onto Mr. Cool Pants.
Pops the ultimate. Pops the Sanguine Pool. He should be alive. The finite lockdown under
Kaylin
the tower.
Oh my goodness.
8th in the hole, threading the needle, and finally
Sion
survives. There it is. Unstoppable onside. He's going in very far, but he's left alone in a 1v4 situation. He's not going to be able to get anything after this. Gets the knockup onto no one. Finite going in, but he's going to. That's a death sentence for him.
That was an interesting engage.
Trying to go in. Now we see Infamous B. What is happening to Bare Naked Laners? Now he's has to back in.
Oh, the flash stun!
Gets the stun. What few more auto attacks by Pyric Shadow. Oh no, wait! What is happening? Okay, Pyric Shadow. There's the flash. Boomerang toss. Not able to lock him down. Is that Leo? Popping the spell shield.
Oh,
hi, buddy.
Dodges the tilt over Peacemaker.
Can anyone get this kill? Is that Leo? He's gonna be able to get away. What is happening in this game?
Dude, I swear to God, UVA LCS games are usually a little bit more standard and not as crazy. 16 and a half minutes in, it's 12 kills with their team.
They're just messing with me. They're just messing with me because I'm new.
Well, yeah, I mean, something like that. These are the top teams we have, too. And these fights, I gotta say, have been kind of sloppy back and forth. They make for
quote-unquote top.
I mean, they make for great spectating. Don't get me wrong. I don't know about the. All right, I need to be a little bit quieter because my roommates are trying to sleep. But I got to say, yeah, this game has been back and forth. The gold advantage still over to Bare Naked Laners for now. But we'll see. I think the one thing we do know is in this game is that the teams are just going to be continuously fighting.
Oh, definitely. It's going to be a huge bloodbath, and I know that as I really don't know where I was going with that thought. Don't worry. That happens to me from time to time.
I mean, with this kind of a game, no one can blame you. I have no idea. Like, I cannot predict anything right now, except for potentially Babidi getting caught. But a good stun, Austin Dragon is going to take a little damage. But is that Leo is there?
On the hunt, being popped. Finite using that ghost as well. He should be able to escape. He even has the Spirit of the Dread to heal himself back up.
That's ultimate traded. Is it Leo and Finite both taken low now? Dragon up in 30 seconds. Babidi gets caught.
Yeah, that's a flash coming out from him. He's not going to want to end up dying. Dragon in 30 seconds, like you said. But, and I gotta say, the zone potential on this Bare Naked Laners team is really going to help them out with objectives like towers and even the dragon. Mr. Coolpants forced to use the Sanguine Pool. That
Siver's not here.
Pyric Shadow going in, but without, does he have Zonia's? He doesn't have Zonia's yet. Meanwhile, Babidi still there. Here comes the Caitlyn going in, trying to do as much damage to the backline as possible. Infamous B forcing the rest of them away. There's Pyric Shadow actually getting caught out. He's still alive after all this. There's no kills. There it is. Austin Dragdale finally going in a kill, going over onto the Caitlyn, and he's taken down. Hi, buddy. Finally going down.
Is it Leo's dead?
Shadow is so low, and this is going to be a double kill for Babidi. Now Juan Dig is trying to escape. Can he get away? Mr. Coolpants looking for. He can't. One dig. He should be able to get it after
Oh, man. Thank you, Riot, for those movement speed buffs to Spider form of Elise. Some interesting things to note was the fact that Leo came in from the backside. He was split pushing mid and then he went around, but the focus was very good from Dictator Sue's Winnings. They instantly went on him. However, after all said and done, that's a 3-for-4 fight in favor of Bare Naked Laners, and they will pick up this dragon. Like I said, though, man, fights everywhere.
Really, that fight was so hectic. I mean, like, it was so difficult for even me to keep up with. There was just too much action, and really, what kind of stood out to me was the fact that the DSW, they were able to hang on for so long in that fight.
Yeah, that's because
You saw Pirate Shadow was so low. Juan D barely got away.
So that's kind of the irony of the compositions, is the fact that Bare Naked Laners is so tanky, so they don't really die. However, they can't deal that much damage without the Sivir and without the Vlad. And since Sivir wasn't really there for that fight, it was so drawn out.
Yeah. What we're really gonna have to start watching out for is when Pirate Shadow finally finishes that Zanya, because a lot of the fights that he's been a part of could have been immediately turned around had he had that item. Juan Dig now caught out by Austin Dragneel. Alright, the Elise and Sion fight still going on from last game.
I think it's in favor of
Who's gonna
Elise.
be winning it out this time? It
The
is.
sustained fights are
As
definitely in
ever
favor of
on
Elise.
one. Yeah, this Austin Drag. Whoa, wait. I'll get back to what I just spotted out, because Juan Dig still with this fight. Here it comes, Mr.
No flash.
To try and force him away.
Oh,
Nautilus.
that's so rude. They thought it was a top lane 1v1. Oh, Leo gets caught.
Oh, wait. Whoa, that damage coming out from both Finite and Pirate Shadow, absolutely.
And High Buddy's been
blowing up.
pushing bot lane. This is good for Dictator Sue's Winions.
Yeah, Mr. Cool Pants does get stunned up by Babity. Next stun is back up, but it's not going to do anything. What I was going to actually mention is the fact that Austin Dragneel has a Thornmail.
Indeed, he does. Honestly, that's not a terrible pickup because Elise does auto-attack quite a bit. But considering the only real... I mean, I'm not sure if I agree with that. Just against Hecarim and Caitlyn. What you do see as a problem, though, is the fact that Dictator Sue's Winions, they don't have an Aegis of the Legion yet. Someone needs to pick that up. If it's Annie, if it's Hecarim, I don't really care who it is. Because there's so much magic damage from Bare Naked Laners, and they're not addressing that yet with the items they've currently bought.
Yeah, definitely.
Speaking of Aegises...
They'll lock it on anyone.
Yeah, like...
Anyone, yeah.
Both teams kind of need an Aegis.
Maybe High Buddy will pick it up.
That would just sort of complete tonight's in just a weird
We
night.
saw Randuin's way. Whoa, High Buddy being very aggressive.
Yeah,
actually.
that was risky.
Needs to be careful. We saw Randuin's Callista. Now we're gonna be seeing Locket Caitlyn.
God no, please teams, come on. But
then next game we're gonna be seeing ZZ Rot Graves.
this turret though, probably not gonna be able to see much longer unless
Yeah,
the engage.
Finite though wants this fight. Is that Leo actually caught out? He's taken down immediately by the Chilling Smite. There's Austin Dragneel. They're gonna catch out the Hecarim, but that's still the fight going over to BSW. Scrubber Duck just gonna be tagging up the ace in the hole. Juan D left in the back line. He's trying to wreak havoc, and Infamous B will be towing down to High Buddy. He's still alive. There's the heal keeping him in this fight. There's the flash coming out from Fire Shadow, getting this kill. Double kills. 2 double kills actually already. And High Buddy, he's just gonna say Hi Buddy.
Is that Leo died immediately in that fight. The focus from Finite was so good that he wasn't even able to pop his ultimate. That's really what decided the fight and made it in favor of... No, is that Leo didn't use ultimate. It's still on. It's never went on cooldown.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah, so Sivir getting caught out. You never want your AD carry to get caught out that early, especially if the AD carry has all the gold. So that actually means that Dictator Sue's Winions will win the fight 4v2, and they also pick up a turret to boot. They're looking very strong. If they can keep using the speed of their engages to catch Is That Leo and the Bare Naked Laners off guard, then once their carry threats are done, Bare Naked Laners are going to have no way to win these team fights.
I would be very surprised if we don't see a Righteous Glory getting picked out by anyone on Dictator Sue's Winions, because it's just going to continually help their engage. and kind of counter the on the hunt that's going to be coming out from Is That Leo when they try to disengage.
Man.
There it is, getting caught out again. Forced to pop that aggressive spell defensively. Now Pyrex Shadow
caught out.
trying to escape. The damage is there. Forced to Zonics, but that's just going to solidify his death. There it is. Onslaught of Shadow is going to use by Finite, trying to put the damage onto Is That Leo, and he's actually still alive after all of this. The protection is there, and he's taking down that hacker, and here it comes. Austin Dragoneel, hi buddy, will end up falling to the Hebo Plague, and it looks as though the complete turnaround is there for Bare Naked Landers. Juan Deeg now getting caught out by the Gragas, getting put down against the wall by the explosive cask. Not explosive, yeah it is explosive cask. Barrel roll is the cue.
Flash away though from Elise means he will stay alive without any HP or the rest of their tanks. They're not really going to be able to siege, and honestly, Bare Naked Landers' siege isn't really good to begin with since they are such short-range champions. But yeah, that fight we just saw Pyrrhic Shadow get caught out a little bit without his flash or his ultimate available, so he just caught out and died, and the fight went in favor of BNL. Now, the second Dragon buff available to either
this
team.
Is really good. Austin Dragoneel doesn't have teleport, and he's showing himself in the top lane, which can allow the rest of Dictator Sue's minions to kind of just take control of that dragon area, knowing full well it's going to be a 4v5. Here's Finite getting caught out.
Finite's really strong, though.
And Scrubberduck. Wandig doesn't get that cocoon, and actually going to go in. Pyrex Shadow has the stun. Infamous B now locked down. There it is. Hi, buddy. Actually even getting this kill onto Is That Leo. He walks a little bit too far. That's going to be a nice 2 kills going over to the team.
In the world? Oh, Gragas is dead. Unless no Caitlyn ultimate, not enough. He managed to survive with just a couple of hit points. But what a misplay from Scrubberduck and I think Infamous B. They're trying to make a pick happen. However, they don't have nearly enough damage to make that happen. And with Austin Dragon on the top lane, Dictator Sue's winning and felt fully confident to go for that fight. They pick up 3 kills now, and they pick up the second Dragon of the game. Bare Naked Landers need to reassess, and they need to figure out what they want to do in these team fights, because like you mentioned in the picks and bans, the fact that they're so tank heavy and don't deal very much damage means the only way they win team fights is if they all group around Leo and keep him alive.
Exactly. And you know, I was talking previously about that Righteous Glory and how the DSW really needs that to kind of counter the
Scrubberduck. Scrubberduck has a Righteous Glory.
Yeah, so now it's going to be even more difficult to catch down onto that Sivir. And it's not even a defensive item for anyone on the team except him, but it's still a defensive item for the team. It's kind of like, you know what I mean. You guys know what I mean.
Yeah, it's...
I hope you know. I hope you know what I mean. Otherwise, I look crazy.
Well, I mean, the best offense is... or the best defense, I should say, is a good offense in this situation. They're gonna be able to kite very, very well with the combined... I mean, they can use the Righteous Glory to engage, and then they can use the Sivir ultimate to disengage, because honestly, we've seen On the Hunt used defensively quite a bit to reposition Is That Leo. What I'd rather see is they use it offensively and just use the multiplying movement speed buffs to get a really good engage. But the thing is, the Kennen, the Hecarim, the Annie, all these members of Dictator Sue's winnings are so threatening that the moment Bare Naked Landers try to engage, they just get destroyed, and Hi Buddy gets caught out.
By the dredge line, but the damage is there.
But it's a bait.
Duck not able. He can't do
Oh,
anything
1v1.
now. Is That Leo caught out by Juan Deeg? Who's gonna win this fight? Is That Leo taking
Who caught who?
low? There's the spider going up.
Oh my goodness.
That's just going to be Juan Deeg. Throws the spider out. Oh, but there it is. Ace to the hole. It's gonna be a 1-for-1 right there, but I do think that Juan Deeg was a little bit too greedy.
Yeah, Juan Deeg getting a little bit greedy, eats the boomerang blade on the way back. Scrubberduck, we also saw him get a little gritty. He thought he caught out the 80 carry.
But he has flash and he does have Tibbers, so we might see an engage.
Potentially, Juan Deeg has...
Whoa! Whoa!
What?
Sion can throw Tibbers with Roar the Slayer.
OP.
I just saw like Tibbers fly.
Yeah, counter pick confirmed. But
did you see the sneaky video where there was a Sion Malzahar combo and Sion used Roar on a minion that had the Malefic Visions on him, and Sneaky ended up dying like that?
Yeah, I did. That was hilarious.
it was like it's so funny to see these kind of like things come out. You never really think about it until you actually see it happen.
Yeah, Roar is definitely one of the cooler spells in the game, just with how it interacts with the rest of the game, basically. But let's back to the game. It's time for the Baron dance. It looks like Baron Nicolaners do have vision control right now, but Scuttle Crab over to DSW with the gold relatively tied now. I'm not sure who would rather engage on Deeg, split push or group up in these team fights, because we almost saw him 1v1 is that Leo. He definitely could be a split push threat, and that's what DSW tried before, but we'll see this pop the ult.
Being popped. They want this fight. They're
Juan
actually
D
going to catch out Juan D. Force the flash over the wall, but there it is! Onslaught of Shadow is going to be used by Finite, and is that Leo trying to keep the damage on down him? He's still alive after all of this, and this may be in favor of Bare Naked Landers. The rest of DSW just going to back away from this. No casualties on Bare Naked Landers just yet. They're all so low, and they need to be careful. Pirate Shadow, no ultimates on their side. Ace of the Hole going to be blocked out by Scrubber Duck. But everyone is red. Yeah, everyone's in the red. Pirate Shadow now.
Mr. Coolpan sustaining as well as he can. And even though they're in the red, Bare Naked Landers is still super tanky.
Pirate Shadow effectively using that gate to kind of set a flank up. They're just poking them out. But Mr. Coolpants is definitely tanky enough to stop the cannon. And they take that inhibitor. They even take the inhibitor tower. There's Hackrim. There's the Pony Brigade.
Man.
They're looking for the fight.
Fine, it doesn't have ult or ghost. They probably can't chase this.
Yeah,
Oh, Infamous B went over.
Whoa. Gragas wants this fight. Infamous B. He's going to be taken down by Hi Buddy. He's just going to heal off of those minions. And actually, with Bare Naked Landers being so low, they could actually turn this into a Baron.
Yeah, especially with the jungler down. We saw Bare Naked Landers win a team fight because the On the Hunt was used aggressively for the first time in the game, it seems like. Pyrrhic Shadow running away from Azalea, but this Baron has been started, and Bare Naked Landers really have no way to respond. That's a Baron over.
They had to give it up.
Yep.
Mr. Coolbat's actually spotting out the Baron. Depth charge, gonna get the knockup down onto Finite, but it's not doing too much. Is that Leo? Whoa, that's a really aggressive movement, and this, I don't think he'll be caught out, but that was a really risky move for absolutely no reason, especially when the inhibitor was already down.
Is that Leo likes to play very aggressively, might be coming back to bite him. Goes for the blue buff steal, but he could potentially get caught out here. Mr. Coolpants 1v1ing Wandig.
Yeah, they're going to turn around. They don't have a focus just yet. Pyrrhic Shadow just got the stun onto that Saber, but he finally takes him down. Pyrrhic Shadow finally using that Zion's Cocoon. Not going to get that Vladimir, but it does keep Pyrrhic Shadow alive. He did have dangerous game. And like I just mentioned, the aggression from Is That Leo not paying off, getting caught out, and that's the blue buff back over to Pyrrhic Shadow, and now this dragon to Dictator Sue's Winions. Actually, Annie's going to secure that, but they get it nonetheless. That's 3 dragons now. Yeah, Finite engaging onto Infamous B. Does Whoa! And there's the flash coming out from Hi Buddy. Whoa! This is like old school Wild Turtle flashing into the enemy team. The enemy team is so tanky though. Knocked up. He's actually be taken very low by Infamous B. There's the stun down onto Finite. He does get CC locked. Forces to use his ultimate defensively. He's trying to get away from the Gragas, and he should be able to with this charge. Hi Buddy messed up his 90 caliber net. Oh, side ultimate. It's probably not going to catch anyone. Oh, actually, his Hi Buddy's dead. Oh. Yep. Hi Buddy's down. I spoke too soon. Now even caught out by the dredge line. He will end up falling. He will not be able to get the Scion kill, and that's just payback for the top lane. Yeah, Hi Buddy missed his 90 caliber net over the Dragon Pit, so he went for the flash to keep the fight going, but the members of BNL were so tanky that they actually turned it around and then actually got the kill with his Zion ultimate, and with 20 seconds left till the 80 carries respawns, they might just try to end the game. Yeah, there's the death charge. They're going to catch out the cannon. He's forced the Zions immediately. Finite trying to do the damage, and here comes Is That Leo from the back line. Gets this kill onto Finite. Mr. Coolpants has the exhaust down to him. He's going to use Zanya's, and Babity will not be able to defend it, and this is going to be game. Bare Naked Landers continue their winning streak. I don't know if they actually had a winning streak or not, but this Nexus is going to go down. With that, they secure first place for themselves in the playoffs. Close game, but I mean,
the gold is still in favor of Dictator Sue's winning, even though the Nexus has fallen.